Alright, guys, check it out. My latest combat wand. Nearly complete. So close. Needs a name. Mom came up with something really funny yesterday. Surge Protector. And it's pretty likely that's going to be what it's going to be named. So I'm thinking we're gonna continue on this trend here of binding all the wires flat together where they can, really. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there, but probably just leave it blank. Probably going to bind these. Let's see, connect these, either bend this out to make it round. It's possible. Or push these to connect with them, and that'll be just fine too. And then we can flare it out. Yeah, and then I think we're going to figure out what we're going to do with this. Wow, that is sturdy. Yeah, I think, and in the end, I think we're just going to call it a two-handed combat wand. Yeah, something along the lines of like a sword, if you want. But it's not a sword, it's a wand. Maybe it's a wand that can develop and, like make a magic buster sword or something humongous. Boosh, boosh, boosh. Either way, it's going to make your enemies shit themselves when you hit the battlefield. Or when it hits the battlefield. But let's continue. Let's get some music going. Maybe less crotch. There we go. Not recent places. Downloads. Mega Musica. Sorry, my camera's in the way of my screen here. Dark Side's cool. Let's try that one. Oh, shit. Y'all's camera is right in the way of viewer count and whatnot, but that's fine. Oh, shit. No. Let me get the other camera recording real quick. Man, pointing in a good spot. Jeez. It looks like that's in the wrong spot there, so let's tear that up. Rather. So this one is okay. This one's not. At least I don't have to tear this one up like I did the other one. Oh no, that's where the problem is. Oh no, I messed up wires here. Well, I guess that's just gonna have to be the case. Wow, that sucks. Put that back on there a little bit. Works out in the end, I guess. What's up, Brian King? That looks like a big adult toy. It's really good. A toy that gets really good reception. Yeah, for real. Yeah, take a look at that. Combat wand. Trying to clean out my nose one time. Yeah, I always stick my tongue out when I'm working on shit until someone says something about it. No, I see it in my videos all the time. Right now I'm trying to undo a little tie here that's making it hard to make shit flat. Frontline, read the chat. I see that. There we go. Oh, fine. Don't read the chat. I see. It looks like you're trying to clean out your nose or something. Yeah. Call it the signature tongue move. The Honest Gas's signature tongue move. What do you mean if sticking your tongue helps get the word the tongue and then tongue away? Yeah, it'll happen regardless of how I feel about it. That's for sure. It gets the creative juices flowing, if you know what I mean. Creative gases flowing. You know, if I knew what I was doing, I swear this would go a lot faster. I discovered I really need to build a bigger bench grinder, 5 hours on my 1-inch by 42-inch. Yeah, shit. 80 grit belt barely scratched the surface of these blades now. Now that I hardened them, yeah. They when you're certainly I deal with like scaling up problems all the time when it comes to like if I'm trying to work in this area and I've got 2 foot lengths of wire in every direction, it's like how the hell am I going to get around this? But I'll have a bigger space later. Right now, this is the best setup I could come up with. I mean, I've got an entire area over here of black screen that I could just move all my camera stuff over to if I need to. And I did that for the Keyblade, but I don't think I'm ever going to go back for the Keyblade. It is a mangled mess. Oh, that's what's happening. I bound it up there. Huh. It'll be interesting to see how I figure that shit out. But let's continue on with this. This is like the last of my wire. Wow, that's not good. So glad that it's nice and full. All of the strands are there. My belt grinder only has a 3/4 horsepower motor. Need at least 2. Oh dang! Just with a lot of torque. That will peel steel fast. Woof! Peel steel. That's a good way to put it. It does look like a freaking Hey, well, that just kind of fits with the whole theme now, doesn't it? Like a radio tower or whatever you call it. Those big tower line, power line towers. Damn it. Let go. With a regular unhardened steel, my grinder can grind through 1 inch in less than 3 minutes. With the steel hardened, 5 hours didn't do it. 1/64 of an inch. Oh, that's so hard to read. Nah, dude, I believe it. Freaking, even just the steel here that is, I guess, I don't know if galvanized is just the coating, but I know that this shit is fucking hard. I try using my file on it to get the point down, and it doesn't work. I don't think my file is good for steel. Crap makes my hands hurt. Yeshua's return. How's it going? Please call me Gas. How do, bruh? How you faring over this Israel thing? I know it certainly got my brain racking against its head, against the walls of my skull. What wire is mild steel? Oh, that wire is mild steel. My grind could turn that wire to dust. I'm sure it could. Ouch. What are you building there? I'm doing all right, I guess. I'm building my latest combat wand. It's got a big bad two-handed handle for it, and probably gonna wind up naming it Surge Protector. I'm talking to Yeshua's return. One of my longest and oldest friends slash subscribers. I'm angry that my brothers and sisters are being attacked overseas, and here at home. You support Palestine? Isn't Palestine the one shooting Israel? I know as an atheist, for the longest time, I really couldn't care less about what goes on between religions. But if I'm gonna create a new atheism that is supposed to be better than the other ones, then we're gonna have to do things like come to terms with the fact that atheists just don't have any power whatsoever, and that we're gonna have to learn how to get along with religions, despite how they feel about us. Dang, let me turn that down. And one of the things that we're going to have to come to terms with is that people overwhelmingly support Judaism, in the sense of they do things very well. They are very successful. They have a lot of successful plans in action, in the sense of, they seem to know how to create successful children. Hang on, let me read the thing here. What information did you hear? I heard that a news station was targeted. Well, yeah, a news station with terrorists in it. Are they here in YouTube chat? Because I don't see them here. I switched between top chat and live chat. I guess I don't know what to say there, Brian King, other than I don't know how that works. There must be a bug in the YouTube chat software, because I don't see anyone else here. Oh, it's alright. I'm reading the comments anyway. Let me clarify. I don't support specific religions. I support the individual good people that exist overseas. I don't care what their religion is as long as they aren't hurting others. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, if you need clarification, then the problem is that Hamas is a literal terrorist group in the sense that they terrorize innocent civilians using innocent civilians as shields, right? So they're in that media building, using hostages as a way of showing, oh, but Israel is killing all these innocent civilians. But in reality, they're not innocent civilians. They're there voluntarily helping Hamas they're helping Hamas destroy Israel, and they're not innocent in that sense. I like, don't get me wrong, nobody died in that building being destroyed. They did, and the reason for that is because Israel gave them ample warning before they destroyed the building. So there's a very clear enemy, and there's a very clear good guy, and there's a very clear bad guy in this situation. Let's see here. Let me clarify. A Palestinian journalist. Oh yeah, well of course they're going to report. Palestinian journalist reported that there is ethnic cleansing going on here. Well, yeah. I don't doubt it. I'm sure those guys are from our country. The Palestinian journalist is voluntarily working with Hamas to wipe out Israel. And the reason we know this is that Hamas has been in that building for 15 years. And the journalists in that building never once reported on it. So they're voluntarily there. They are not innocent civilians. They're actively working with terrorist organizations that fire unguided missiles at hospitals, schools, synagogues, neighborhoods, their own people. Hamas shoots civilians. So there's a very clear bad guy here, and it's Hamas. And if Palestine is helping Hamas, then Palestine needs to be punished for that, for sure. Because everything's fine and dandy until people start shooting unguided missiles at civilians. Political Avenger also talked about this years ago. She blew the whistle on all that garbage. If they can do it overseas, they can do it here at home. Oh yeah, they try to all the time. They're hitting your live stream, Gas. YouTube doesn't like our conversation. No, it's probably just my shitty connection. Hang on. Let me check my stream here. It was right that YouTube started talking about how you got whacked, but you're live again. Okay. Okay, let me. It's right. They started talking. Okay. All right. Cool. Message retracted. I mean, I guess, dude. But yeah. So it's been getting me a lot to think a lot about how I feel about religions, how I feel about atheism moving forward. If I'm going to create a new religions, a new atheist denomination, then I'm going to have to think about very serious subjects like Judaism. Like right now, in terms of like the here and now, innocent people are being killed by not innocent people, and so as an atheist, it's important to know who your enemies are and who your friends are. And while I definitely don't think Jews will ever look at atheists in any kind of respectful light, ever, I don't think that that causes us, that shouldn't cause us to never look at them in respect, even though it's impossible. I don't think it's very easy, at least, for someone who is not religious to see a religious person in respect. But I think that if we can figure out a way to show religious people that atheists can be respectful towards religion, then maybe they can feel that way towards us. Don't think it's going to happen, but that's not up to us. And part of that is fighting for people who don't agree with you, even if they won't fight for you. Oh shit, hang on. They definitely listen in. Yeah, don't mind that. I always erase comment from every channel. For sure, bro. A lot of religions act as the middleman between you and God. You have to find God in your own. Well, I'm certainly never going to become religious, but certainly it's important to learn how to live in a world that is convinced that it is religious. Like in that, atheists have a very big advantage in the sense that the Constitution does very clearly state that it is not a religious country, that we are not a religious country, that we are free to be religious of any religion, including not religious. So America is literally the only place atheists have a chance to even be considered a peer in social society, because you talk about Jews being persecuted. Fucking Christ, man. Jews, they ain't got nothing on fucking atheists. And it always pisses me off every time I hear, oh, we're so oppressed, we're so oppressed. And then an atheist is like, yeah, but like, imagine how we've been treated. And then the Jew's like, ugh, an atheist, ew, get away from me. Oh, I'm so oppressed. Oh, I'm so oppressed. No churches. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to find God on your own. No church is gonna do it for you. Finding God is believing from the heart, being a loving person. For sure, that's a good concept. I'll never join any real religion. Most atheists don't even know what definition of atheism is. I agree. They assume not believing in a higher power makes them atheists. Agreed. That's how I felt for a long time. I almost feel like I thought that I was like a genius because I didn't believe in a God. I was like, holy crap, like I must be so smart. I figured it out. It's like, no, that's only the like babyest of step. like once you've figured that out, like you can move on to the next thing. You don't have to like constantly be worried about that anymore. Because like it took me about 4 years maybe of being an active atheist on the internet and things like that before I finally calmed down and was like, okay, it's fine. I think I got all my debating out. I have to do this here. This is what's causing all this problem right there. But I see my atheist people struggling with this problem of hatred towards religion and I can see it politically happening right now in that they don't care that America is being destroyed. They don't care that their rhetoric is causing more and more division because it's harming the people who they feel has harmed them. And don't get me wrong, I think they've got an argument. But destroying the country is not going to solve the problem. Because America is literally the only place atheists could actually survive, thrive, and be a part of the community without being hunted down for every little, politically or physically. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Most atheists don't even. Oh, yeah. Most people fall under the category of agnosticism versus atheism. For sure, I'm certainly talking about the. My main focus is the people who are new atheists, that they're coming into terms, they're finding their atheism, and they have no guidance. They just turn straight to anger. They don't have any peers to look up to tell them, like, hey, calm down, it's okay, it's an injustice, but the way you're reacting is not helping your situation. It's kind of like being a young atheist in a Christian household. Constantly making it a big deal is probably not going to be in your best interest. Like getting kicked out because you're an atheist is not going to be very helpful to your future. Like, calm down. Understand that you have very little power in this situation and that you're going to have to learn how to cope with that. Like that sort of advice for young atheists who are very angry about their situation. So a young atheist who's angry about their situation probably looks at the Israel situation and goes, yeah, hell yeah. That means that I don't have to fight it because I'm an angry atheist and all I want is death and destruction on the people who cause me pain all the time. Because I'm a victim. Everything that happens to an atheist happens to me. Same to gay. I always love that. That's so fitting to the gay community too. In that every little thing that happens to a gay person, it happens to every gay person out there too. And it's like, no, personal accountability comes into play too. Looks like I'm going to have to do some bending. That's good. It's easy for me. I have died twice. Christianity, clinically dead, stone cold dead. I know what awaits me. But yeah, for me, it was just like time travel. It seemed like nothing happened between me passing out and me waking up. I would have never even thought that I existed. It was like waking up from a dream. Not even a dream. Churchgoers don't represent God correctly. Humans are flawed. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I certainly want to make clear that there is a distinction between the religion and the follower, because the follower is going to have its own discretion and they're going to pick and choose what they like and what they don't like. And you can't necessarily point at the Bible and say, I know exactly what you're like because you follow this. And that's a very common thing for atheists to do, because I've done it, is preconceived notions about a person based on their religion. And, a lot of them is true. You can preconceive that they believe in Jesus if they're a Christian. Like that's not something that would be, unheard of. But maybe you don't preconceive that they hate atheists just because they're a Christian. Like that would be a safe bet, but you're probably wrong. The heartfulness meditation is a great way to facilitate that connection to God. Oh, for sure. I mean, like, certainly that won't be helpful to an atheist. Cleanse the soul of shot. I guess I'm not sure how to say that. It's a step-by-step process, but it helps to navigate the world the way it is now. How do you know for sure what awaits you, Gas? Oh, I know that I don't know. I remember you in the hospital that was horrible, but you can be sure just to go to the. How can you be sure you just go to the grave? I don't believe you're here for nothing. Well, in terms of purpose, if that's what you mean, lamps have purpose because they were created with the purpose to do one thing, and that is an obvious purpose. There is no obvious purpose for life on Earth. I don't think it would be fair to assume any kind of purpose that we have, because you're just as likely to be wrong as anybody else, and there's no way to confirm it. Let's see here. How do you know for sure what to wait to, you guys? I guess my answer was, I know for sure that I don't know. And it isn't just to the grave. You know, people often think that just because you die means that you leave this place, that you're gone. Technically, you're still there. You're just a pile on the ground, and you can't access what you are as a human, your brain. You have ceased to function. That's the difference between life and death. Life being a functioning multi-celled organism, death being its non-function. Maybe it's in such a way that you can resuscitate its function for a short time, but it is going to cease to function eventually, and therefore break down into its basic parts, eventually into dust, I guess. And that's essentially it. Let's see here. I see far more persecution and hatred towards homosexuality than atheism. Certainly, it's way out in the open towards homosexuality, but literally no one cares about atheists, even when they're being persecuted. Like, only atheists care about atheists, it seems. I've never seen a gay person fight for an atheist's rights. No. Nor have I ever seen an atheist fight. Well, I guess I've seen atheists fight for gay rights. See far more. Only seen one attacked in a way specifically for being an atheist. It's kind. I would like to compare it to like the way men are persecuted in life. Is that if a man has a problem, they got to swallow it. They got to figure it out for themselves. If they're being beaten or something by their wife, they get made fun of for it, right? An atheist has a problem, right? They've got almost nobody to go to. They've got to have their shit connected. They've got to have their friends. They've got to have a good relationship with their family. They've got to have friends that can help them in situations because there's no church to go to. You know, there's no safety net that is specifically for an atheist, whereas there is so many for Christians. And you have to recognize that. You got to understand you're more a ship out of water, fish out of water than most people if you get in trouble. Like if I didn't have a good relationship with my family, I'd have been fucked. Let's see, past troubles, past lives. Oh, yeah. Certainly, handling your troubles head on is the best remedy for any situation. I don't know if meditating is handling problems, maybe mental problems, but if you've got financial problems, maybe meditation is counter-conducive to fixing those problems. Sure there is. The purpose to life is to live. Yeah, you can say that. The absolute definition of free will is to not know what lies ahead, period. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, it can be put that way. It's kind of thing like, if there was a plan, right? if there was an actual plan, was part of that plan a bug squishing against the windshield when you're driving at high speed? Just seems silly that part of that plan was so detailed that it involved a bug landing squished on your screen. I don't get that. It makes no sense to me. Sounds like a psychopath made that plan. But we could argue that the silliness of one person's thinking and the silliness of another. In terms of like what I hope to achieve with my new atheism is it's not for anyone but like atheists. Essentially, it's not a place for debate, of like religions and things. Like, maybe, I mean, it could be, of course, obviously you could do that, but it would be more, I guess, think of it like the MGTOW community, right? MGTOW community is very specifically for people who are in that situation, right? Typically straight males who are financially stable, who are maybe looking for a family to start, or maybe they just want sex, kind of thing. And the MGTOW community kind of is a guide for young men who are trying to figure out the world, and they need, they want to figure out what to avoid to get the best outcome, and so they have MGTOW to go to look up to see for guidance. And I'd love to be that new guidance for atheists, for atheism. But it means that I'm going to have to really be critical of myself too, figuring out what the best approach is for a lot of situations, like abortion and circumcision. How could me, a person wholly and solely against circumcision, find Judaism as an ally, right? And I was watching something very interesting about abortion today, and it was, the first thing that she brought up was, is graphic images of abortion conducive to getting people to getting on their side about a certain issue like abortion? Interesting. I'll have to pick your brain on that later. Interesting. I believe there are souls that are simply occupying flesh body. What happens to, like, my question about souls is, what gives you the idea that they continue on after death? Like, I can see the concept of a soul, right? I can't see a concept of a soul existing outside the body after death. I feel like that's kind of a leap. Like, I still don't think there's a soul. I just don't think that there's what logic is there to believe that it continues on after death? That's my question. The soul continues on in all sentient beings. Why sentient? Why not dogs? The plan sucks sometimes. That's a pretty good excuse for a shitty plan. But it don't work on me. It's not a good excuse. It's got to be something else. I'm not satisfied with that. There are communities and cliques and groups and cults of all kinds. I will never join anyone. I'm a ride and die alone kind of guy. Well, maybe you're an atheist. Because typically people, one of the big problems today is that even though atheism is typically the idea of being independent, of having your own ideas, of you essentially can't say, oh, an atheist thinks this way, because all it means is I don't subscribe to the belief of a God, right? But atheism has, on its own, formed into groups. And so there's no getting around the fact that you can now look at a thing and say, this is what atheists believe, because they have proclaimed as such now. They have now got political views. They now have a platform that they use to say things to the public. So the only way to combat that is to now become a new voice, and hopefully I can do that soon. I don't know. It's hard to be brave about this sort of thing because, I don't know, I'm not perfect. And I certainly, my first reactions to most things is, let's hit that big shiny red button. Let's blow it all up. And that's what's happening right now. The atheist community is blowing it all up. They're hitting that big red button and they're saying, you know what, America does me no favors. I hate America because it does me no favors. If I have no voice in this community. And why should I care about what Christians are suffering? Because they don't care about me. And I feel that way. Why should I give a shit about what Christians are suffering through? But you know why I should care about what Christians are suffering through? Because they're the ones who run the fucking show. They really do. They have all the power. They own the government. They own the hospitals. They own the schools. They own literally everything that is America. And if you're an atheist and you're constantly butting heads with the people who own everything, you are going to be facing a serious problem in your life. And so you got to chill out, understand how little power you have, and learn how to cope with it, and learn how to not gain the system, learn how to work with people, learn how to be an atheist in a Christian society and survive. Not survive too, but essentially you got to, I don't know, let people be religious. Maybe that's a good way to put it, because that is kind of what it is, letting people be religious. Come to realize people say, yeah, all living beings. Oh, that's what you mean by sentience. I'm a non-denomination. I'm a non-denomination spiritual person. I don't claim any groups. I believe in divine planning from a higher power and just living that divine drama. Well, you subscribe to already existing beliefs is what doesn't make you an atheist, I guess. My belief on the fact that the soul continues is because we're not put here for no reason. It's beyond our understanding, but subconsciously we do understand life and death. Well, certainly we can understand life and death. I'm just not satisfied with because we're put here for a reason. I mean, the reason isn't obvious. Like a lamp. A lamp's purpose is very obvious. No one will contest what a lamp's purpose is for. Because if you look at it, it's got a switch, it illuminates, right? Humans don't have an obvious purpose. And that is important to understand if you have that kind of belief. But I wouldn't go as far as Bibles, especially ones written by man. I mean, they're all written by man. I think it's very simple. 10 Commandments. Just don't be a dickhead. That's not what the 10 Commandments are, though. First 3 are essentially, don't question me. Like, no mention of abortion, no mention of child abuse, It's like, if I were to write a 10 Commandments, I think they would have a few things in there. Like, don't circumcise your babies. Let's see here. Hopefully I've been entertaining as well as productive here. Thou shalt not be an ass. Yeah, that's a good one. I know that one of the very big things that I'll be pushing in terms of like new atheism is America first. America number one. America and allies first. Because if you're smart, if you're an atheist and you're smart, you'll know that there is literally nowhere else on this planet that you are safe than America. Canada? Hell no. Are you fucking kidding me? England? Are you kidding me? They have no voice whatsoever. In America, they have almost no voice whatsoever. And so, if you're sitting here as an atheist and going, fuck America, they'd have done nothing for me, they're nothing, I hope it all burns, I hope we get taken over. It's like, you're shooting yourself in the foot, buddy. You think it's bad now. You think that you have no respect. You think that people treat you shit right now. Imagine if Hamas was in control. Imagine if Palestine was in control. Imagine if fucking Israel was in control. You know? I think we're lied about it. I think we're lied to about everything, including our purpose. What we live on. If the purpose is subjugation to a god, I don't think that's a very good purpose. For me, it's the NASA flat Earth stuff. I don't believe we've ever really. Are you a flat earther? Really? Hang on a second. We lived on the biggest lie for me is NASA flat Earth stuff. Is the NASA flat Earth stuff? NASA doesn't promote flat Earth. The reason it matters is because it proves we are under a dome of water. We can't get past the Van Halen. You've got to be trolling me, bro. You're not a flat earther, are you? That's crazy. I mean, it's fine, I guess, that to each his own, but you can't be serious. I mean, I guess that's whatever. I'll try and be respectful. I'm not trying to convince of God, but they're hiding God. I don't know why they would, though. The firmament, dude. I'll tell you one thing about conspiracies, and this is a very pretty interesting topic, actually. This is the main reason I think conspiracies exist, right? How boring, right? How boring it would be if the answer was just simply, oh, well, things happen, right? How boring would it be if we were to just trust our scientists, right? In that they made the discovery of rockets. Now we can go up into the moon, see what that's all about, right? How boring it would be if all of that was true, right? How fucking annoyingly boring life would be if we could trust the people who did all the research and know what they're talking about. Because it is so exciting to go against the flow, right? People are going to disagree with you. They're going to give you all kinds of attention because you're saying some crazy shit that lots of people either don't believe or have debunked in a lot of ways, right? And I mean this in a serious tone, right? Is that when you see a bright light in the sky, right? And you don't know what it is, you know, what is that? Or what was that? I have no idea what it was. And it's so perplexing. And I can't turn to anybody to get an answer because I was the only one who saw it. And and I didn't take a picture, and I wasn't doing a video, and so what was this bright light in the sky? It just isn't satisfying enough to say I don't know, right? Oh shit! I forgot to. They don't want people to know they can continue to control people through religion. That's silly though. But there's no reason for that conspiracy. NASA has stated they cannot get past the Van Allen belt. NASA does not say that. How did we launch a man on a rocket? Not buying it. I've been to a launch, to a space launch. Like, I've seen literally with my eyes a rocket going into space. It's real, dude. Like, we're on a round planet. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in Hollywood basement. Now, I will say, don't trust anything Hollywood tells you. Literally nothing. Just take what Hollywood says and throw it right in the garbage bin, right? Like, I am right behind you on there. Anything Hollywood says, even if it's true, just throw it away. Only listen to people who know what the hell they're talking about. And actors don't know what they're talking about. Ever. Literally never do. And that includes media. That includes journalists. Like, not journalists, those people who are sitting in the chairs talking to you about the news. Anchors. Anchors are actors. Don't trust a damn thing they say. Literally nothing. Just throw it in the trash. What goes up must come down. Of course, that's what the rocket's for. Gets you all the way up. Let me find the scripture on that one second. Yeah. Scripture ain't going to be no good in this situation. But you're damn right. Never, ever, ever believe anything Hollywood says. Never. They're literally garbage. Like, if there's anyone you should never have any respect for, it's an actor. Be like, you did a really great job lying in that movie, and I was entertained, but fuck off, I don't care about you. I'm gonna watch your movie without paying for it. I mean, look at the problems we're facing. It's all mostly because of fucking Hollywood. I think there should be like a rule of thumb. That's if you believe the Bible, bro. It's been debunked quite a long time. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with believing in the Bible, I guess. It really has a matter of, like, advantage. Like, if you want the best advantage in life, if you want to understand things and come to conclusions that are conducive to life and how things operate, then you can't ignore facts like, you know, rockets going up into space and shit like that. Why is the sky blue? Like the ocean. The ocean isn't even blue. The ocean's green. Do you know why the sky is blue? It's actually really fascinating. But I'll let you guess first. Why do you think the sky is blue? I love flying and watching flying videos. I love flying and watching flying videos. Tucker got a good one. When he's up there, he's on his paramotor. Don't see a ball, I see a horizon. Seems flat to me. Well, your eyes can only see a certain perspective. Dun, dun. If you really want to know whether the world is flat or not, then you'll know. Unfortunately, I just don't think you want to know whether the world is flat or not. I think you just want to really, really believe that the world is flat. Right? It's just how I feel about it. But if you're honest with yourself and you go and you look at the videos debunking flat Earth and see what they say and study it and make a real effort to understand it, then you can make a conclusion. But if your answer is I'll believe the Bible no matter what anybody says, then you're going to be doomed to that answer no matter what. Like intelligent design? Well, I don't see what's intelligent about it. Pretty conducive to life, considering how bad our teeth are. I'd say if there was intelligent design, then our teeth wouldn't be so horribly bad at being, like functional. If they didn't rot out of our face. Intelligent design would be no shit. Like you wouldn't have to eat. Wouldn't have to poop. You would just function. Right? Wouldn't you love to save all that time from shitting? Right? Like, whose idea was that? Like, no thank you. I'll take my shit somewhere else. Seems flat to me. There's very simple experiments that you can do to figure it out, but it really isn't even all that big a deal whether you believe the world is round or flat. If you trust planes can stay in the air, if you trust cars can keep running, on gasoline and stuff like that, like, I don't think it's a big deal if you think the world is round or flat. Didn't say I was gonna interrogate God after I die, but those same flaws. Yeah. Right? What is up with child rape? Like, seriously, like, what kind of design is that? Certainly, or cancer. What about child cancer? Like, that'd be one of the first things I ask God. Well, not ask. It'd be more like after I've suplexed him and put him on the ground, then he'd be forced to answer. I have seen no evidence whatsoever that God would beat me in an arm wrestling contest. If we're spinning on a globe as fast as they claim, how does a helicopter fly the way it does? Well, look it up. Ask the internet. How does a helicopter fly when this is a flat Earth? Or round. If the Earth is round, how can a helicopter fly? Just type that in. I'm sure it'll be there. Because there is an entire community out there who are willing and patient to explain every detail as to why the Earth is round. And, yeah. Didn't say, that wasn't, I see. If we were spinning on a globe, I'd be dizzy with that round Earth stuff. Oh, well, why do you not fly to the back of a train or a plane when you're on it? If the Earth is spinning and you're on it, it wouldn't feel like it's spinning because you'd be moving with it. Same goes that if you're on a plane and you jump off the floor of the plane, you don't fly all the way to the back instantaneously. One giant grass block. I agree. That's my beliefs. We are in Minecraft right now. Eight o'clock. Okay, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing well, Yeshua. I love having you here. Friends, gotta have friends. Friends. Where does that come from? Funny ass movie. What was it? Death to Smoochie. Has anybody seen that movie? It's so funny. Friends, gotta have friends. I'm sorry, it was an honest mistake. I didn't mean to kill him. I was trying to kill Smoochie. She's like, oh, it was an honest mistake, was it? You just want to make the kids happy. Oh, Clarence, why didn't you tell them about the one with the one who got his head chopped off with an axe? I love that movie. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. Minecraft world. Boodle. Oh. Whew, I need to turn on the air. I think I'm gonna stretch my legs too. YouTube removes my comments now. That's their newest thing. That's why I end up removing my own. Can't handle myself. I don't know if that's the case, man. I think you just delete them and just to be sure or something. I've never heard of YouTube just deleting comments long after they've been posted. They certainly like to delete my comments when I try and post them, but after they've been posted and they stick, they don't usually get deleted. But when does that usually happen, and what are you usually talking about when they do? I guess, man. Shit. It's hard. Cock? Coke? Can't say Coke? I was gonna make a joke, but I guess it doesn't like the word. Oh, oh, yeah. No, I totally get that. Um, a Minecraft birthday? Cake? They won't let you say for sure. For sure. Never mind. For sure. I don't know. I'm an old man. I'm an old man. Huh. Okay. I guess I don't get the joke. Kids these days and their confounded jokes. I was reminded by Google today that I'm a 31-year-old. They're like, please verify your birthday. I'm like, oh God, please don't. Meow. Ugh. It's so warm in here. Got all these lights on me, I guess. Are you guys even able to see what I'm doing? No. Okay, good. It's in the Urban Dictionary. It's a derogatory word. Sorry, I've got a camera in my way of the comments here. Let's see if I can't move them over here instead. Now I can't see the quality of the stream going on. Okay. Right there should be fine. What am I making? My latest combat wand. This is a weapon of war in the magic field. Electromancy. The magical manipulation of electricity and lightning and storms. Only a wizard of great power can wield such a device of destruction. Just a second and I'll pick it up. Diamond pickaxe, yeah. Yeah, all the peoples would go crazy if I made a diamond pickaxe out of wire. That's not what I'll try. Two-handed. Fucking kick-ass weapon of war. Pretty close to being done too. I just have to get this all finished up, then it won't take long to finish up the bottom here. YouTube panels, I saw SGV News did one today. YouTube panels, I'm not sure. Huh. You should do sometime. Do one sometime. People you trust, though. Well. I sometimes join GTAG's thing on Streamlabs, I think it was. I would have a respectable debate. I'm sure one of those jerk-offs, but I've seen how some people behave. It would be for the faint-hearted. Oh, for sure. Yeah, back in my day, I was quite the debater. Believe me, I was pretty popular with the trolleys. Sorry, I was making a Sonic reference there. I don't know. I'm always my debating days are in my past. I suppose it would be interesting to get back into it, but it's something it's really more like a chore nowadays. But maybe it won't be too bad. Because it would really be more like a debate on how on the hell religions and atheists are going to be able to live together and respect one another when neither one of them are going to be willing to do the first step. Watch the guy monograph that sound like a little like you. I believe he's an atheist as well. He does live streams all the time. Kind of a goofy dude though. Yeah, that certainly still is true to a point in the sense that all atheists are different because there isn't even a Bible to like pick and choose from. So everybody learns from it. Yeah, that's why I more or less talk about discussions. Debates are like set of rules. One person says a certain thing for a certain time, another person says a rebuttal, and then they get a chance to talk. And it's like, nah, discussions are fine. And they don't even have to be they can be all over the place too. Vigorous discussion. Yeah, that word. Vigorous discussion sounds about right. I can always get down with a vigorous discussion. Talk about what I know to be true, for sure. Yeah, as long as nobody expects the other side to change their mind, I think everybody should be fine. Because a lot of times with debates, people always consider, oh, who do you think won the debate? And it's like, there is literally no winning. It's not a competition. It's like either one person is right and the other person is wrong, or they're both right, or they're both wrong, or any other combination of the things. So it's just like, no. It would be nice if more people did the meditation. I don't know. I always think of meditation as a waste of time. But I can't force anyone to. The good news is the meditation accepts anyone of any denominations, even atheists. That's why it's great. I mean, yeah, if you're willing to put in the time. Meditation is more of a work on oneself type of deal. You can find more information on it. Pockets of the Future goes into it. Pockets of the Future goes. Oh, his name is Pockets of the Future. It goes into it just extensively. Oh, for sure. No, I've done the meditating thing. I did. It didn't do anything for me. I'm sure it does stuff for some people, but not for me. Think of this as my form of meditation. Yeah, I figured that was his name after saying that. Don't usually pray, never something I face. Yeah, I was talking about a waste of time. Yeah. Don't usually pray, never something I fancied I was good at. Figured it's God's plan, then he already knows my thoughts. Right, yeah. Right. Yeah, yeah. It's like, please God, change your plan on my account because that's what I want. And your plan doesn't seem to be working, you know. So please, yeah, it's like, although that's not what praying is for a lot of people. A lot of people praying is just talking to God. Like, hey God, today I really had a good. I don't know. I've never prayed before, but it's like today I had a good day, and I just wanted to spend some time with you before I go to bed. Something like that. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what typically praying is for most people. It's not, please God, I just for once I want, like just this one time I need you to do something for me. I don't know if that's what people typically consider prayer. Most people would traditionally consider prayer a spending time with God at the end of the day, you one on one with Him. In fact, you know what? I have a cute little thing here. Let me show you. It's part of my religious paraphernalia collection. Damn it! My fucking camera stopped recording, or it's still recording, but it stopped working. Shit. That's okay, but we'll continue here. Let's just keep talking about religion. That's always fun. Let me put my chat back up since I don't have to look at that damn thing anymore. Why is it doing this? Did I not get any chat? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, how do I get it to go back? Well, whatever, I could just keep it open here, I guess. Hang on, let me make sure. Let me just put it over here so I can read it. Ding dong, ding dong. Don't usually pray. God's already made moves I don't approve of, so that's this At this point, it's his direction, not mine. Right? Yeah. Prayer is a form of magic with a K. To some hypocritical Christians, cast prayers on people all the time. It's like a spell, not a prayer. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I guess I've seen that sort of thing happen in nature. If I do pray, I pray for others. It's never for myself. I'm not just saying that either. I've never prayed for myself. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading. I mean, it's not you. You're certainly writing it fine. I'm just having a hard time reading it. Hell yeah, dude. That's no big deal. Let me show you something cute here. Part of my religious paraphernalia collection is this really, really cute thing. It's called a prayer rock. Oh, wrong camera. And it's backwards for me right now. But this cute little prayer rock here is let's take a look. I'll read it. Prayer rock. I'm your little prayer rock, and this is what I'll do. Just put me on your pillow until your day is through. Then turn back the covers and climb into your bed, and whack! Your little prayer rock will hit you on the head. Then you will remember as the day is through to kneel and say your prayers as you surely need to do. And then when you are finished, just dump me on the floor. I'll stay there through the night to give you help once more. When you get up in the morning, clunk! I stub your toe, so you will remember to pray before you go. Put me on your pillow when your bed is made, and your clever little prayer rock will continue in your aid. Because your heavenly Father, who cares and loves you so, wants you to remember to talk to him. I think that's a really cute little thing here by Anonymous. Really cute little thing here. And it's literally just a little rock inside of a pouch. And it's somehow flat on this side. It just kind of, maybe that just is how that worked. I've never opened it up to see what's inside. But I do love that. It speaks volumes to what atheists can learn, right? This is kind of like what I want to get into with my new wave of atheism, my new denomination of atheism, is that you can learn from religions on what they do that is successful. Things like spending time before and after you go to bed, talking to those you love, right? Whether that be God, your children, things like that, your wife, your husband, whatever. Like this here, this right here, an indoctrination, right? This is a positive thing for humanity. This gives people structure, right? That you are to, at the beginning and end of your day, you are to do this. And you're never to not do it because that is structure, right? And it really, I think that we can take this prayer, right? We can use it to our advantage in the sense of like, do something positive for yourself before and after you begin your day, before you end it and before you begin it. In that, even teach your children to do this sort of thing. We need to come up with some kind of doctrine that promotes things like spending time with your children, spending time with this. And then if you subscribe to that form of thinking, and then you can just call yourself that. But, big man, empty territory. Well, for me, I think that with a lot of religions, they do things well. Jews, right? they're always very successful because they have a structure for success. More so than I'd say most religions, most most cultures. And as annoying as they are as a religion for me, I think that you can't ignore their success. You can't ignore their smart decisions, like a future for your children before you have children. Like that would be great, right? Like I'd love to be in a situation where I had like everything planned out and everything was like ready for me to just take the reins and all I had to do was fucking try. You know, like that'd have been fucking great. You know what I mean? So they've got some good things going on for them there. I just don't know, man. It's gonna be a hard battle. But yes, did you ever see the scene from The Walking Dead? Nah, Negan burns Lucille. Negan burns Lucille. Yeah, I stopped watching Walking Dead after what's his face started seeing his dead wife. I'm like, why? Why does every television show, every single one, resort to seeing dead people every single time? Oh my god. But anyway, I actually have to use the restroom. And since my recorder can't work anymore, I have to get off this stream at some point. So I think I'm going to end the stream there. And then I might come back on after I take care of my landlady around 10 or so, maybe in 2 hours from now. It's nothing like that, but it's what you described. Yeah. Yeah, that show. I liked the first season before I realized how shitty it was. I was waiting for the guy who was excited about the apocalypse. That would have been my character to been excited, to been related to, But everybody was all dreary and they didn't want to accept things. And they were sad all the time, and people who made tough decisions were always viewed as the enemy. It's just like, oh, can we please get rid of all this baggage? It's like, hey, you don't like it? How about you leave? Go, get out of here. Anyway, sorry, I do have to go to the bathroom. Chat with you again. Have a good one, guys. Oh, we got people coming in. I'll be coming on in a little bit. Oh no, we've got somebody new came in, and now they've thumbs up, and oh boy, who is it? Oh, hang on, maybe I'll just come back. I'll be right back. I just have to go to the bathroom. Damn. Oh, sorry. I'll come on. I'll be coming back on later. Maybe like 2 hours.